Aquarius, one of the most powerful astrological events of this cycle occurs as the lunar nodes move into Aquarius, the north node, and Leo, the south node. So the lunar nodes are points of destiny that represent your soul's evolutionary journey. They show you where you've been, what feels familiar, and the direction your life is naturally unfolding. So the South Node, this represents karmic patterns, familiar behaviors, natural strengths, and habits you've developed over many lifetimes. These qualities aren't negative, but if you cling to them, they can prevent your growth. So the North Node, it represents your soul's next chapter. It points towards experiences that may feel unfamiliar at first, but ultimately help you become who you're meant to be. So for Aquarius, this is one of the most significant nodal cycles you'll experience because the North Node is moving through your own sign, while the South Node moves through Leo directly opposite of you. So, this is a profound cycle of self discovery, identity, independence, and personal reinvention. So, the universe asks you one question: are you living the life you truly want, or the life you've shaped to meet everyone else's expectations? So let's talk about the North Node in Aquarius. This is activating your first house. This is about your identity, personal growth. It's your self confidence, it's your appearance. It's also your independence. It's how you lead. And it's your physical vitality. It's your new beginnings. It's your individual purpose and the way you approach life. So, with the North Node here, life encourages you to step fully into your authentic identity. Aquarius is already associated with innovation, originality, humanitarian ideas, and future focused thinking. So, this transit amplifies those qualities while asking you to express them with confidence. So, the South Node in Leo is activating your seventh house. This is the house of marriage, romantic partnerships, business partnerships. It's any kind of contracts you have, maybe some clients. It's compromise, equality, and one on one relationships. So the South Node here asks you to examine the ways relationships may have shaped or even limited your sense of self. Relationships remain important during this cycle. The lesson isn't to avoid connection. The lesson is to avoid losing yourself within it. One of the biggest lessons of this transit is learning that your identity cannot depend entirely on your partner, your family, your clients, your friendships, or other people's approval. Healthy relationships support your growth. They don't replace your individuality. So ask yourself, who am I when nobody else is telling me who I should be? Even independent Aquarius can sometimes compromise personal authenticity in order to maintain harmony. So the transit asks you to stop making yourself smaller to keep everyone else comfortable. Not everyone will understand your path. That doesn't mean the path is wrong. The South Node may reveal partnerships where one person gives while the other only receives. Your needs consistently come second. You feel responsible for someone else's happiness. You sacrifice your dreams to maintain the relationship. Healthy relationships involve mutual growth, mutual respect, and mutual responsibility. A relationship cannot A relationship can enrich your life. It cannot define your worth. So this nodal cycle teaches you that self-confidence must come from within rather than depending on whether someone chooses, praises, or validates you. Sometimes growth requires making decisions that others don't immediately understand. Aquarius is naturally the visionary of the zodiac. Visionaries often walk unfamiliar paths before others recognize their value. So trust yourself. This may be one of your biggest lessons. So don't wait until everyone agrees, the timing is perfect, or someone else believes in your dream. The North Node asks you to believe in yourself first. This is one of the most empowering identity transits you can experience because life is asking you to become fully yourself. This is an extraordinary period for personal transformation. So you may feel inspired to change your career, change your appearance, change your priorities, maybe change your goals. How about your lifestyle or your health habits and maybe your identity or your personal brand? Allow yourself to evolve. You are not meant to remain the same person forever. Aquarius isn't here to copy others. Your greatest success comes from originality. So whether you're building a business, creating content, leading a team, or pursuing personal goals, trust your unique perspective. Your differences are one of your greatest strengths. So, what does Aquarius rule? Technology, artificial intelligence, science, social media, digital communities, humanitarian progress, and future thinking. So, this is an ideal time to learn new technologies, explore innovative ideas, and embrace modern approaches to solving your problems. Confidence rarely arrives before action. It grows because of action. Every time you take a step forward, take a step towards your authentic goals. You strengthen your belief in yourself. Progress matters more than perfection. Aquarius often stands apart from the crowd. So this transit encourages you to stop viewing that as a weakness. The qualities that once made you feel different may become the very qualities that help you make a meaningful contribution. Your originality is part of your purpose. So ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What values guide my decisions? What future am I building? When your daily choices align with your deepest values, they become more meaningful. Relationships may undergo significant changes. Some partnerships may deepen because they allow both people to grow individually. Others may naturally come to an end if they rely on codependency or imbalance. So, the healthiest relationships during this cycle are those who both people remain whole individuals while building something meaningful together. You may also attract people who appreciate your authenticity rather than expecting you to conform. So, professional opportunities often emerge when you embrace your individuality. So, this is an excellent cycle for careers involving technology, artificial intelligence, innovation, science, humanitarian work, social media, entrepreneurship, coaching, maybe education or public speaking, maybe even some research, creative industries. So, your willingness to think differently can become one of your greatest professional assets. The deepest lesson of this nodal cycle is that authenticity is a spiritual practice. The South Node reminds you not to lose yourself in relationships, external approval, or expectations of others. The North Node teaches you that your soul came here to express something that only you can offer. So when you live authentically, you naturally inspire others to do the same. This is one of the most defining chapters of your personal evolution. The South Node in Leo encourages you to release people pleasing, codependent relationships, fear of disappointing others, dependence on external validation, and the belief that your identity must revolve around someone else. Now, the North Node in Aquarius invites you to embrace your individuality, lead with authenticity, trust your vision, innovate fearlessly, strengthen your confidence, and build a life that reflects your deepest values. So by the end of this nodal cycle, you may realize that your greatest purpose was never to fit into someone else's expectations. It was to become the person only you were capable of becoming. When you stop asking for permission to be yourself, you create a space of extraordinary opportunities, meaningful relationships, and future that fully aligns with your soul. That is the remarkable gift of the North Node in Aquarius. Stepping into your own light, honoring your uniqueness, and discovering that the world benefits most when you have the courage to be exactly who you are. So if you like this content and you find it to be helpful, please be sure to subscribe, share, like, and comment. All of that helps this channel to grow, and it helps this content push out to others who are looking for the exact same information. Remember, we are all coming together to work as a team, as Aquarius is in Pluto right now. So we're all working as a team. So until the next time, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.